Being a single mum and dating in the Gold Coast is brutal. Finding out guys here on the Gold Coast, they don't date. They just want to chill. I'm just like, what the fuck chill? What is that? Turns out that's the obvious. It's coming over, it's banging, and it's bailing. And I am just not for that. Simply just come to the conclusion that I'm going to continue working on loving myself until the right guy shows up, but doesn't only show up, he is going to consistently keep showing up, keep wanting to see me, keep wanting to get to know me, asking the right questions, and then maybe I will give him the time of day.
And then he says, just so much bullshit that I'm like, that's sounding like bare minimum shit. Like, if you want this relationship to progress any further.
I haven't had a date. I haven't been on a date since my last relationship, which was in 2019. Let's see how this goes. Wish me luck. Date. What date?
It's an evil world we live in.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So you've already seen the thumbnail of today's episode, okay? My editor sent me through this TikTok, which he assures me is comedy gold, which basically just means we're all going to get a collective headache. So this is a single mother who, of course, naturally believes in star signs. And she's still out here dating, and she doesn't really know what the hell she's doing. So we're going to be taking a listen to what she has to say. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Let's just jump right into the video.
Being a single mum and dating in the Gold Coast is brutal.
Okay, so there's your first problem. Problem number one, you shouldn't be dating at all as a single mother. You should be either making it work with the biological father of your kid, or, if they're no longer around, you shouldn't just be dating at all. I don't know why. It's absolutely disgusting to me that this generation treats, or this woman's generation, everybody treats nowadays dating like it's some sort of like marathon that they have to continuously go on. Right? Oh, better find a new father for my kid today. It's not like that. It's messed up. In the interest of saving us all some brain cells momentarily, we are going to be taking a break from what this woman is saying and talk about today's video sponsor, Tiege Hanley. Guys, I don't want you to end up like some of the people we cover here on this channel, and for that reason, it is important to take care of your skin, and Tiege Hanley is the perfect way to do it. They offer uncomplicated skincare for men, and their whole goal is to make skincare something that is simple and not a huge hassle to do. And I have been using them for a long time, even before they sponsored this channel. They have different kinds of systems, but personally I think a good place to start is with their level 1 system, so you can get all of the basic stuff. Inside the level 1 system, you get a few things. You get a daily face wash for all of the dirt and grime on your skin. You get an exfoliating scrub that helps you remove dead skin. And you also get a moisturizer for both the start and the end of the day that helps keep your skin looking healthy and protected from the sun. Tiege Hanley is a really good choice for skincare because, as I said, the whole thing is really simple. The box that you get even comes with an instruction card if you're unsure how to go about using their stuff. And I always make the joke that even if you're a male feminist, you can probably understand how to use their products with the help of them. And that's still probably true. There's a ton of 5-star reviews on their website as well, which I'll flash up on screen now, so you can see for yourself the kinds of feedback that they get. And when you become a member of Tiege Hanley, you also get extra stuff like 20% off of retail price, the ability to customize your box, and you also get exclusive deals and free shipping if you're inside of the United States. And guys, because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they are offering you a great deal. Just click the link in the description for 30% off of your first box as well as a free gift. The free gift comes in the form of either a free DOP kit or a high quality dowel, so don't miss out and click that link to get started today. But back to today's episode.
First of all, the universe is literally trying to tell me something because my ex, who I was in a traumatic relationship with, was Scorpio. And every single guy that wants to come up to me and get to know me is Scorpio, and They're on the same day as my ex, or the day before or after his birthday.
Have you guys ever noticed how, like, a lot of these women, they all say that they've been in some sort of traumatic relationship? Okay? Now, I understand that there are bad men out there. Okay? I understand that. But it seems like every single one of these women, it's just, oh, you know, oh, this bad boy or this guy who is toxic or he didn't treat me well. And then if you sit down and you have a conversation with the woman, she's still absolutely obsessed with him. She's been with him for multiple years. You know, she remembers his birthday and his star sign and all this crap, right? And it's like they're still obsessed with that guy. But of course, the man who's actually nice to them, right? The man who would raise a kid with them, who would actually be a father. Oh no, we have no interest in that man. He's too stable. He's not interesting enough. Okay, and these people wonder why their lives are unstable. It's like you can't fix them. They're just incredibly broken.
So I'm pretty convinced the universe is literally telling me to stay away from all men at this point until I do some serious healing. I really hate being that girl to straight up ask a guy, when's your birthday? Like, I'm all woohoo and star signing. I don't know much about star signs besides stay the fuck away from Scorpio. I need to stay the fuck away from Scorpio.
Okay, so this is a woman who basically just said a lot in between those few lines. She's the type of woman who will approach a man. And here's my thing about that, right? I used to have the opinion that, you know, all of these girls crying about men approaching, you know, they can do it. Who the hell cares, right? But the thing about that is that women who have to approach men, they're oftentimes really crazy, really masculine, because if you're a girl, you can be a normal woman, completely normal, and dudes will approach you. You can have your Prince Charming, you can have your marriage, you can have whatever it is that you desire, okay? But if you're a girl who's approaching dudes, that sets off some alarm bells, right? Because you should have your Prince Charming. You shouldn't need to go out here and use dating applications to get thousands of matches, right? These women treat it like it's some incredibly difficult thing to find a man. It's really not that hard. If some girl is out here using, you know, 3 different apps, hell, even one's a giant red flag, but, you know, going out here using these dating applications, approaching men, it kind of sets off the alarm bells a little bit.
But there is just something so unbelievably attractive about Scorpio men. The confidence that these guys breathe. And whenever a man looks at me, I literally feel like everyone just parts ways for us. And then I find out he's Scorpio and it makes total freaking sense.
Right, so TLDR, Scorpios are very bad, toxic people, but they're also very attractive. Right, so we're going into the realm here of like, this is entirely your problem, your fault, and I don't care. This is where we started the video off, okay? But she's complaining about these certain men being attractive but toxic, quote unquote toxic, and then she goes and she deals with them anyway. Absolute genius here.
Everyone just parts ways for us, and then I find out he's Scorpio and it makes total freaking sense. Another weird thing is I'm attracting in a lot younger guys. I'm 36 years old and they're usually around 25 to 27, and I just feel like that's just a little too young for me. I'm also finding out guys here on the Gold Coast, they don't date. They just want to chill. I'm just like, what the fuck chill? What is that?
Yeah, what is chill, guys? Where's her ring? Where's her commitment? Why is it that men only want to chill with me? If a woman gets to this point in her life and she's still asking that question, there is something incredibly wrong. Okay, but let's just outline this. Why would it be that a man does not want to commit to this woman? Obviously, number 1, she's a single mother. Number 2, she's incredibly masculine. Number 3, she's been with a whole bunch of different... These are in no particular order, by the way. Number 3, she's been with a whole bunch of dudes, very clearly. Okay, so let's just say you're a dude and you're looking for commitment. You can have, like, let's just say you're a man who's attractive, right? You've finally built up your life, you know, you've got your money in order, you've been hitting the gym for a long time, whatever, right? And now you've got your choice between this woman here, who is a 36-year-old, I think she said, single mother, serial dater. Okay, you can choose this woman and raise a kid who's not going to respect you and be with a woman who's incredibly masculine, all that. Or you can go for some, you know, 20-something-year-old. Hell, you could even go overseas if you want to, which I know a lot of men are, right? A lot of men are saying, you know what, I'm not interested in women like this. Hell, even the non-single mother variants, I'm just going to go overseas to a woman who's actually pleasant to be around. Or I'm going to go to some rural town in the middle of nowhere where people hopefully have some values. It's like, men don't want to date you for such a long list of reasons. But all of the self-introspection, it's just not there. It's just absolutely not there.
That turns out that's the obvious. It's coming over, it's banging, and it's bailing. And I am just not for that. I would much rather be spending time on my own than just feeling like literally a piece of meat. I did.
Okay, guys, so this woman says that if you want to come over and not commit to her, and if you just want to have some fun, then she's not interested in that and she'd rather be alone. I just want to get a show of hands, guys. Who believes that? You know, feel free to leave a comment. Do you believe this woman? Because personally, I think she's been that plenty of times. I think that she's been willing to have dudes come over, have the fun, and then they just leave. I think that's actually pretty common for this woman. She seems to understand the process pretty well. She's still in her 30s. She's still single. She's a single mother. You know, it's kind of like those people. We used to cover dating profiles on this show, right? And a lot of the bios would say things like, oh, I'm not interested in hookups. But everybody knows the people who put crap there that say stuff like that, it just means that they've had a whole bunch of hookups. It's the complete and utter opposite.
I'm going to continue working on loving, and I'm not about to just go backwards in life. So I've simply just come to the conclusion that I am going to continue working on loving myself until the right guy shows up, but doesn't only show up, he is going to consistently keep showing up, keep wanting to see me, keep wanting to get to know me, asking the right questions, and then maybe I will give him the time of day.
Okay, so before we continue to the next clip, that is an absolute joke. Okay, so let me get this straight. This woman has given it up on the first night for a whole bunch of different dudes. She is a single mother. She's had her fun, and now she's ready to settle down, okay? And she's looking for a guy who's going to be consistent and be there for her. So this guy has to join your life. He has to make you his #1 priority after you've completely, #1, ignored this type of man throughout your entire life. And #2, he just has absolutely no reason to do this. Why should a man come in and put all of this effort into you when the previous 50 guys that you've been with haven't had to put any effort in at all? Why would a man, it's kind of like that analogy of like going to get like some sports car, right? Or some car in general. Why would you buy the car with, you know, hundreds of thousands of kilometers on it, or miles or whatever, right? And compared to a new one, right? And you have these men out here who they've put in the work, they've made the money, they've gone to the gym for a very long period of time. They have their choice of women. And guess what? They're not going to choose you. They're either going to, #1, choose to not date at all, or they're not going to date you. It's really quite simple. That is just, it's absolutely amazing to me, guys, right? How these women expect dudes to come in and fix their lives after they've screwed it all up, right? It's somehow men's problem. It's men's fault. Men need to pick up their act. And there's just no mention at all of self-accountability or reflection. And I think it's actually quite different for men, right? If you sit down and dude and you say, hey, man, you know, you're unattractive for X, Y, Z reason. He's like, oh, wait a minute. You can tell me I can fix this. I can go to the gym. I can, you know, progress in life. I can do this and that. And dudes will go, okay, I understand for the most part. And if I want to go out there and date, I can make the changes. If I don't want to date, screw that. I can go my own separate way. But dudes, you know, they come to the conclusion a lot quicker, and they understand self-introspection a lot quicker when it comes to improvement. A lot of these women, they don't understand this. They don't understand what they're doing wrong. They don't understand how they're behaving or their actions at all. And they don't care about what men think, which is totally fine. But don't blame us when you end up 40 years of age, you're single, and all of the men who made investments into boxed wine and cat food, excuse me, start making a lot of money off of you. So let's continue on to the next video. And again, this is another single mother. You already know by the first frame we pull up on the videos, some of these are going to be absolutely terrifying. Let's take a listen.
Quick question for the besties is, I mean, I know how I fucking feel. Do you feel like celebrating anniversaries and birthdays and stuff like that is just meeting the bare minimum, or is that kind of going above and beyond? Because I just had a birthday and an anniversary, and my boyfriend celebrated them beautifully. Like, I was literally in tears. He took me to see Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, who I had just told him, gosh, I love them. I look up to them so much. I think they're amazing, like, writers. Like, they're so much more than these funny girls on screen. They are intelligent women who write beautifully and whatever.
I don't know who these people are at all.
And I was like, God, I'd love to go. Tickets were so expensive. I'm a single mom to 4 kids, so, you know, it wasn't even an option for me in my head. He bought us tickets. And so literally for the first, like, I could cry thinking about it. It was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm, like, even in the room with them. It was amazing.
Okay, so number one, I'm already terrified. This woman's getting emotional over absolutely nothing. And of course, guys, you know, what better thing to do when you're feeling emotional than to record yourself being emotional and post it to the internet? I truly have to assume that any time these people record themselves crying and having an emotional outburst, it's always just for attention online, which is incredibly sad to me, right? I understand that maybe you're going through a rough time in your life. Okay, maybe things are sad for you. Something happened. The last thing that goes through my mind in periods of stress is to record myself and then to post it online. This is something that just absolutely never makes sense to me. But let me get this straight. So this is a woman who is a single mother of 4, apparently. And notice how she denotes herself as a single mother of 4. So this dude that's with her now sounds like a stepfather. So I don't know what the hell this guy's thinking. He's joined her life to take care of 4 kids that are not his own. It sounds like, anyway. And this is just an absolute recipe for disaster. Let's keep going with the video.
It's also our anniversary. It's also something he's into. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's appropriate. We've been in this relationship for this long. I put tons of money into my appearance, and I know that's part of the reason why he likes dating me. So, okay.
Who's gonna tell her?
I also did sweet things for him too. I didn't do something monetarily that could match, but we monetarily are different. So I feel like, yeah, we both celebrated our anniversary.
Wait. So, hold on a second. So, this guy spent a lot of money taking you out to see some writers that you very much like. You've deluded yourself to thinking that he also likes them too. Shocker, he probably doesn't. So, this guy spent a lot of money on you for your anniversary. And your way of showing that you care about him back is to dress up to go to said event. And you didn't pay him back in any sort of, you know, gift-giving sense, but you paid him back in other ways, which I can assume we know what that means. And this is a very fancy way of saying that you're a night worker. I wish that we would just call these interactions this, right? Because it's funny, right? We rock around to things like Christmas. We rock around to things like anniversaries, and everybody just assumes that men have no feelings and that, you know, we can just totally neglect men, right? We're just going to get men nothing. Or maybe a bit of affection, which, by the way, they should have anyway. If you're in a relationship with a man, right, and this dude is not getting any affection, he has the right to leave your ass. I'm just going to say that straight up. If you think that these dead bedrooms and all this crap is appropriate, shouldn't be with the man, right? If you should be actually attracted to your guy, right? And one of the ways of ensuring that you're actually attracted to your man, number one, is not to be with 50 dudes previous, because you're always going to be trying to compare him to the 50 other guys that you've been with, which 90% of these women have failed already. But if your way of giving a gift to your man is to dress up for an event that you were going to go to anyway, which he paid for, you're out of your mind. You're absolutely... And it's not like you have to spend lots of money on men. I've always said this, okay, before we continue. Men are very easy to, you know, to make happy. This is not complicated. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a man to make him feel happy. Just something thoughtful. Right? It's really not that difficult.
But we monetarily are different. So I feel like, yeah, we both celebrated our anniversary.
By the way, so it sounds like this guy makes a lot of money, or at least more than her, and is taking care of 4 kids that are not his own. Again, what is this man doing? So she's, it sounds like she doesn't make a lot of money. She's a single mother of 4. This dude makes money, and he's getting her gifts, and she's giving him nothing. Not, like, anyway.
For my birthday, he did something like pretty equivalent to what I did for him. Okay. And then when I was explaining to him some of the things that are bothering me, he's like, well, but he was like, I bring you food when I'm coming over. Like, if I'm coming over and I'm gonna stop at Wendy's, I ask if you want anything. Okay. And then he said,
Notice how she doesn't explain what's bothering her, by the way. So we're getting like a fraction of the story.
says, just so much bullshit that I'm like, that's sounding like bare minimum shit. Like,
Excuse me?
if you want this relationship to progress any further, I don't know what the point of that was, but thank you for listening.
That was horrendous. So this man apparently isn't putting in enough effort into you and your 4 children, and if he wants things to progress, then he has to step it up and stop putting in bare minimum effort. Number one, it sounds like this guy's putting in more than bare minimum effort to begin with, at least more than you deserve. Second of all, there was a complete part in there that she made incredibly vague about what it is that she was complaining about. Hell, the food that he brought over was probably relevant to what he was talking about, or what was being spoken about. And also, I don't know why a man would want to progress a relationship with a single mother of 4. If someone could explain that to me, that makes absolutely no sense. Why a man would deliberately try and progress a relationship with you, beyond me. Let's continue into this last woman's clip right here and take a listen. And this is also a single mother, by the way.
I am about to go on a date. I haven't had a date. I haven't been on a date since my last relationship, which was in 2019.
I wonder if she's been celibate that whole time. What do you guys think? In between when she decided to post this video and her last relationship, she apparently hasn't been on a date. I wager that she has not been by herself reading the Bible, as it were.
So it's been 4 years. I don't even know what to do with myself. Anyway, I'll show you my outfit. It's freezing, and yes, I'm wearing sandals, but I don't know. Feel kind of cute. Let's see how this goes. Wish me luck. Date. What date? I got fucking stood up.
Excellent stuff. You know, I haven't watched this video, right? So that's the first time I saw that. But excellent. Okay, and the reason why I say this is excellent, is because number one, like I said at the start of today's episode, single mothers shouldn't be dating. And number two, she probably has been seeing men in between that have not required dates from her, if you understand what I'm saying, right? So anytime a man refuses to date a woman, right, usually there's quite a good reason for it. And the reasons are usually he has no reason to, okay? Why would a man, and I'll go back to the car analogy, okay? Let's just say a man's buying a car, right? And it has a lot of miles on it, and it's, you know, it's got some damage on it and whatever. Why would a man pay full price, i.e. go on dates, with something like that? You know, why would a guy go into a car dealership and pay top dollar for a vehicle that has, number one, been used for a long period of time, and number two, being damaged, right? And you get women, I've seen women reply to analogies like this and be like, well, are you calling us cars? And I'm like, no, it's called an analogy. You're not actually a car, and the fact that the people ask that question really hurts my brain, but it's called an analogy, okay? And, you know, it ties back to dating, okay? If a dude won't take you out on dates, if he won't take you out on dinner dates, chances are he's just not interested. He's not interested in committing to you. Now, the excellent part of this, the silver lining that women are incredibly blind to, is that you can just say no. You know, we're in our current year right now. You're strong and empowered. I believe in these independent women, and you actually have the ability to say no. If you don't want to date a dude, or, you know, if you don't want to be some dude's piece of fun, shall we say, you can and you should say no. But you say yes a lot, right? And then you wonder why men don't date you. This is exactly why men don't date you. I mean, there's like 50 other reasons, but this is a large reason why too.
I got stood up. How embarrassing, sitting at the reservation and nobody shows up for 45 minutes.
I mean, I'm having a good
Like,
time.
is this what it's come to? That like
Yes.
nobody shows up for the committed time?
Yes.
I'm excited to meet you, blah blah blah. Like, it's all bullshit and like no response, no nothing. I just get blocked. And
Yes.
I'm a 38-year-old woman. A woman.
Why are you saying this to me like it should mean that you're just somehow above me? Have you guys noticed this, right? It's like, oh, because I'm a woman, I deserve this extra special treatment. Okay, and I just want to make this clear. If you're a woman and you're not crazy and you haven't been with a whole bunch of dudes and you don't eat a bucket load of McDonald's, dudes will treat you like you're special simply because you're a woman. Don't get me wrong, okay? Dudes will actually go out there, they will treat you well, but not women like you, unfortunately. And it amazes me how these people sit on camera and they think that they, excuse me, deserve some sort of special treatment just because they exist. Astounding.
I got out of a 10-year committed monogamous relationship. I have been single for the last 2.5 years.
Wait, didn't she say it was 4? Maybe I'm mishearing, but I thought she said it was 4 earlier.
Raising twins. I thought, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to get out. Maybe it's time to see. Maybe there's new partners out there.
No.
If this is what it's like to date in 2023, I don't want to do it. I'd rather be single. I'd rather get myself off than wait for a potential mate. Sakes.
So that's the end of the video right there. This woman had her potential mate. This is always the thing that gets me, okay? You have children. She said she has twins. And, you know, she's going back out there looking for her Prince Charming. You already had your Prince Charming. These, like, marriages and, you know, relationships that these women enter into and have kids with these men, these are not designed to be things that you just leave, right? After 10 years. Oh, I'm bored, I'm leaving. Now, I don't know why this woman left, guys, but statistically speaking, women are the ones who leave relationships. They are the ones who leave marriages. So in all likelihood, this woman left. And she can sit here and she can say, well, I left because he was this and he was that. Number one, you probably knew at the start of the relationship what he was like, or at least, you know, a portion of the way into it. So, you know, you stayed with him for 10 years. Number two, I'd be very interested to hear the man's side of the story. But oftentimes these women are the ones leaving these relationships, and then they're complaining when the streets that they return to are bitter and cold. Never mind the fact that they go on, you know, meetings with men where these men don't require dates. If you're a dude and you're attractive enough, you don't need to take these women out on dates, right? These women, they'll even tell you that they've been with dudes who don't commit to them, who don't put in any effort. So the question is, why should any future men put in the effort either? Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Absolutely hilarious episode, and we're going to be leaving it there. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.